energy forms and conversions. The learning outcomes of this lesson is, after this lesson, you should be able to state what energy is. To describe the different forms of energy, for example, the kinetic, potential, light, and sound energy. You should also be able to describe how energy changes from one form to another. Energy is needed to do work. It is defined as the ability to do work. The unit for energy is the joule. In your primary school, you may learn of some forms of energy. They could be potential, nuclear, sound, light, electrical, chemical, heat, and kinetic energies. Now let us take a look at each of these forms of energies in more detail. Potential energy can be divided into four forms. The gravitational potential energy is the energy stored in a body due to its elevated position. It is defined as the mass times the acceleration due to gravity times the height. The elastic potential energy is the energy stored in a body due to its state of being compressed or stretched. The stronger an object is being stretched or compressed, the bigger the elastic potential energy. Chemical energy is stored usually in food, fuels, batteries, chemical explosives. As an example, during photosynthesis, green plants trap the light energy from the sun and convert it into food. Nuclear energy is the energy released during a nuclear fission or fusion process. In fission, heavy elements split into lighter elements, releasing enormous amounts of energy, light, and harmful rays. In nuclear fusion, light elements combine to form heavier elements, releasing enormous amounts of energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a moving body. It is defined as half times mass times the velocity squared. As an example, you can consider a flying bullet and a slow-moving steamroller. Heat energy is the energy from the sun. It flows from a region of high temperature to a region of lower temperature. When heat is absorbed by a body, its temperature increases. Correspondingly, when a body loses heat, its temperature drops. Electrical energy involves the flow of electrical current over a long distance through cables. Today, electricity has become the most widely used form of energy. Light energy enables us to see and for plants to make food. Natural sources of light include the sun, stars, lightning, and fire. Burning of fuels and passing electricity through light bulbs can also produce light energy. Sound energy is produced by vibration. For example, the strings of a guitar and violin vibrate to produce sounds. The drum membrane vibrates in a drum to produce sounds. Sounds can travel through solids and liquids and gases. Unfortunately, they are unable to travel through a vacuum. The use of energy has both positive and negative results. The nuclear power station is the right use of nuclear energy. Unfortunately, the abuse of this same nuclear energy can give rise to the atomic bomb explosion. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but converted from one form to another. The total amount of energy at all time remains the same. A falling durian has a lot of gravitational potential energy, which is transformed into kinetic and gravitational potential energy. As it hits the ground, this final energy is being converted to sound and heat energy. As further examples, consider that the electrical energy in the television has been converted to light, sound, and heat energies. The chemical energy from the Bunsen burner has been converted to light and heat energy. The elastic potential energy in the stretched string has been converted to kinetic energy in the moving arrow. The kinetic energy of the hammer has been converted to kinetic, sound, and heat energy in the nail. Energy converters. Energy converters are devices made to convert the energy from one form into another. The engine of a vehicle is an energy converter which changes the chemical energy in petrol to kinetic energy so that the vehicle can move. The TV sets convert electrical energy into light, heat, and sound energies. As an example, take a look at the following diagram. Here are some further questions. State the type of energy the ball possesses as it goes through points A, B, C, D, and E. You'll realize that at point A there is only kinetic energy, which then changes to kinetic and potential energy at point D. Point C is the highest point where there is only potential energy and no kinetic energy. Point D has kinetic energy and potential energy. Point E, when the ball hits the ground, there are only sound and heat energies. Question number 2. What energy changes occurs in each of the following? You will realize that singing consists of kinetic energy in the vocal cords being changed to sound energy. Glowing consists of heat energy being converted to light energy. Solar panels take in light energy and converts it into heat and electrical energies. We have now come to the end of the podcast lesson. We hope that you have understood and enjoyed this lesson. Goodbye.